Hi everyone, thanks for joining this yoga practice to celebrate the new moon in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign represented by the bull and is a time of stability, love, and all things beautiful. It's a time to enjoy sensory pleasures and abundance in all that the world has to offer. It's a time of indulgence and grounding, but sometimes this can lead to an overindulgence or even a stagnancy. So today we will embody this intention with a feel-good but grounding yoga practice to embody that Taurus energy. If you'd like to bring along any crystals to this practice, jade, carnelian, or rose quartz will amplify this intention. Rose, orange, or cinnamon essential oil will complement the practice too. When you're ready, let's begin. Okay, everyone, so we're actually going to start today in a child's pose. So you can have your knees wide or your knees together with your big toes touching, arms forward or arms alongside your body. And just rest your forehead down to something, whether that's the earth. You can make a little pillow with your hands, reminding ourselves that with the Taurus energy, we're embodying a little bit of that stillness, that beauty. And so throughout our practice today, try to find those moments of stillness, find the joy in them. As with all new moon practices, this is a chance for reflection. A chance for you to decide how you want to spend your energy over the next few weeks. And then if your arms weren't already forwards, bring them forwards. We're going to move into a side stretch. So walk your hands over towards the right side. Do your best to keep your left shoulder down and in line with your right. And you have the option to bring the palm of your left hand onto the back of your right hand. Getting a stretch through the shoulders. And you can even use those hands to help press your left sit bone towards your left heel. And then walk your hands through center and then over towards the left side. Keep your shoulders in alignment, and then you have the option to bring your right palm onto the back of the left hand. And do your best to press your right sit bone towards your right heel, getting that beautiful stretch in your hips. Gently walk your hands back through center. And then as you exhale, just relax into child's pose for a moment. Walk your hands back and coming into a kneeling position. If there is strain through your knees in this position, just come to a cross legs or seated position that works best for you. Interlace fingers behind the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together as we lift the chin, lift the chest, opening the heart space. So hopefully these postures, again, they're feel-good postures, ones that should bring pleasure into the body, working into all those areas that feel a bit tight, a bit resistant, but at the same time, still feeling a bit grounded as you explore movement. And then as you exhale, slowly bring your head back to center, releasing the arms. From here, we're going to move into eagle arms. So again, you can modify the position for the seat. If you want to get a little stretch through your toes, you can tuck your toes under here and maybe just move the pinky toe so that there's a piece of mat underneath it. Sometimes it kind of hangs out there and is not really pressing into the floor. As you inhale, bring your arms nice and wide. Then as you exhale, bring your right arm underneath your left. You can take the hands to the shoulders, backs of the hands, or palms of the hands can touch. As you inhale, start to lift your chin, lift your chest. Option to lift your elbows up as you extend through the spine. And then as you exhale, do the opposite, round the spine. Bring the elbows towards the navel, chin towards the collarbone. Do that once more on this side, breathing in. And breathing out. Inhale back through center. Now, if it's getting quite intense through the toes, release your arms and then untuck the toes. Otherwise, you can keep them as they are. And then now, as you exhale, bring your left arm underneath your right. Again, hands to shoulder, backs of the hands, palms of the hands can touch. Shoulders down, elbows down. Stay with this. Or inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest, lift your gaze up, extending the spine. And as we exhale, elbows to navel, round the spine. Once more. Once you've finished your exhalation, bring yourself back to inhale neutral, release your arms, give them a little stretch, and then bring your hands out in front, just tap the tops of the toes to the floor, giving the movement back into the ankles, getting that circulation back through to the feet. And if you want to, you can take a little child's pose just to release those ankles. Maybe even more of an active pressing back of the hips if that feels quite nice. You could even keep your head slightly lifted for this one, so you're able to move a little bit more into that low body. And then from here, any low back pain, you can come back through tabletop. Otherwise, you can slide forward into a Sphinx pose, slide your legs back. Elbows under your shoulders with your forearms parallel to the short edge of your mat. So from here, we're going to move into a shoulder stretch, a neck stretch. And so from here, I want you to lift your rib cage up. Slight lift of your chin away from your chest. Maybe bringing your gaze up towards the ceiling. If this is straining your low back, bring your elbows forward slightly. And then bring your chin over towards your right shoulder. Don't let your rib cage drop. Bring your gaze up and then over towards your left shoulder. Keep pushing through those forearms, feeling that stability even here. Chin up through center. And then option, bring your head back to neutral, or as long as there's no neck pain, chin to collarbone. But even here, it's a little bit more challenging, but don't let the rib cage drop. Keep the rib cage lifted, pushing those forearms into the earth. Bring your head back to a neutral position. Now, option to rest. You could stay here for a couple more moments if you'd like. Or for seal pose, as long as you have no low back pain, you could bring your forearms out about 45 degrees. So it's almost like now you're reaching for the front corners of your mat. And then option to start extending the elbows. Now, this is one of those ones that for some people feels really good, getting into the tension in the upper body. But for others, it can feel like it's putting a lot of pressure in your low back. So if that's the case, ease off, come back to Sphinx pose. Otherwise, keep drawing those low ribs forwards, keep lifting slightly through your chin, your chest, and you should feel this work in the upper back ribs or the space between them. Breathing in. As you exhale, slowly lower down, and then you can make a little pillow with your forehead to the backs of your hands or towards the earth. And just rock your hips from side to side. And then bring your palms under your shoulders, lift your hips up so your hips are over your knees, and we'll move into heart melting. So keep your hands forward, walk them forwards towards the front edge of your yoga mat. You could also reach your hands for the outside edge of your yoga mat. And maybe those forearms are lifted. Maybe you can start to melt your chin or even your chest down towards the floor. You'll notice here we're opening with the heart space quite a lot. Again, this is embodying that beautiful Taurus energy, that loving sensation. And you can stay with this. If you have any shoulder injuries, I might recommend that you walk up to tabletop first. Otherwise, from this position, press your left hand into the earth as you bring your right shoulder underneath your left arm, looking towards your right fingertips underneath your left armpit. And you have the option to stay with this, or you could reach your left hand either for your sacrum, your low back, or your inner right thigh. It's a beautiful twist. Either bring your left palm under your left shoulder, or if there's space, bring your left hand forwards. Slide your right arm under and back towards the front of your mat. And then again, left arm underneath your right. Eventually bringing the left ear to the floor, feeling all that sensation in the upper back. Stay as you are, or you could wrap your right hand around for your sacrum or even towards your left thigh, left hip. Then option to bring your left palm under your shoulder, your right shoulder, or right hand forwards. And then slide your left arm back into your melting heart pose, downward puppy. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. Now just gently walk your hands back, coming back into a tabletop position. And from here, we're going to come into a downward facing dog. So down dog for a lot of people can feel quite active, and I don't want you to get too energized with this practice, so it's going to be more a case of the feel good down dog. So bring your palms slightly forward of your shoulders, fingers spread nice and wide, really generous bend to the knees as you lift your hips up and back, and really focus more, instead of worrying about how high those hips are or how straight those legs are, see if you can really start to melt the chest back, even with a really generous bend to the knees. And if that is even a lot here, you could do the same thing with your knees on the floor and just working into this variation of child's pose. But maybe you want to bend one knee at a time really generously. And then just find stillness in down dog. We're going to come into a three-legged dog. Again, the purpose is to feel good here, so if you want to drop your left knee to the floor, you can. Otherwise, inhale, lift your right leg up, bend your right knee, bring your right heel towards the left sit bone, circle the ankle, or circle the hip, maybe opening through the front line of the body a little bit more, opening your chest, then breathing in, straighten through the right leg. As you exhale, bring the right foot to the outside of your right hand, right toes just off the mat, right heel is just on the mat. And then from here, drop your left knee down to the floor. We're in this lizard pose, or this kind of wide leg runner's lunge. You could just rock from side to side here, just releasing through those hips. Sometimes that can feel quite nice. Or use your left wrist under your left shoulder, roll onto the knife edge of the right foot. Let me turn so you can see. And use your right hand to help press that thigh open, looking out over your right shoulder. Now this hopefully feels like quite a good sensation through your hips, maybe your inner thigh. If you did want to take it into a slightly different sensation through the left hip flexor, you could bend your left knee, reach your right hand around for the outside of the left foot. Keep sinking those hips low and make sure there's no strain in your right knee, right ankle as you breathe here. Breathing in, straighten through the left leg if you haven't already, and then exhale, bring your right hand forward. We're moving into pigeon pose, so heel toe your right foot over towards your left wrist, release your right knee down towards your right wrist. Now for some, having the shin parallel is a really nice stretch through the glute. You could also bring your right heel under your left hip bone for more sensation through the hip flexors. Wherever you are, we start to slide the left leg back with the option for a block under your right sit bone. And you could always stay upright here, breathing, or relax. Make a little pillow with your hands, or just to the earth. Now as you inhale, just gently walk those hands back up. If you had a block under your right sit bone, just release it to the side. And we're just going to rock those hips down and bring the sole of the right foot now towards the inner left thigh. So we're going to find a revolved head to knee. So bring your left hand to the inside of your left thigh. As you breathe in, reach your right arm up and over. You could just reach it directly towards the ceiling, or you could move into a slightly deeper side stretch. You could even use this left arm as a brace. But we're trying to bring the left ribs forward, right ribs back as we open the chest up towards the ceiling. As we inhale, come back up through center, and then option then to side stretch the opposite way. So bring your right hand down, left arm up and over. And sometimes it feels quite nice here to do some little shoulder circles, reaching the fingertips as far away as they can. And then even an option to lift those hips up, if it feels good as well. Yourself back through center, And then we're going to transition into three-legged dog again, or option for transitioning into wild thing. So frame both hands forward towards the front edge of your mat. Tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee. Hug your right knee to your chest as you lift your right leg up into three-legged dog, or keep the weight in the left hand, left foot as you bring the right toes back, right arm up and over. Breathing. Inhale then all the way back, three-legged dog. And then exhale back to down dog. And you can find a little bit of movement here if that feels good. As we inhale, lift the left leg up and back. As you exhale, bend your left knee, left heel to sit bone, circle the ankle or the hip. Inhale, left leg straight. As you exhale, left foot to the outside of your left hand. Drop your right knee to the floor. Untuck those back toes for lizard. You could stay with both hands central. Roll onto the knife edge of the left foot. Keep your right wrist where it is as you use your left hand to press the thigh open. Maybe a little twist as you open up through the spine. And if you did on the other side, you could reach your left hand back towards your right foot, right ankle. As you inhale, release your right foot down. Heel toe your left foot over and across towards either again your right wrist or more underneath your right hip bone. Slide your right leg back into a point that feels natural to you. You could stay upright on your hands or relax down onto your forearms. Do your best to breathe deeply here. Noticing the sensation in the body. As you inhale, walk your hands back up, rock your hips off to the side, bring the sole of the left foot towards the inner right thigh. From here, bring your right hand down towards the inner right thigh, left arm up. And again, you can stay with that or slightly deeper side stretch. And one side may feel quite different than the other, that's okay. Focus more on bringing the chest to an open, upright position towards the ceiling. As we inhale, come back through center, then option to side stretch the opposite way, bringing your right arm up and over. And then stay there, or option to take little circles with your shoulders, with your hands. You could even take those hip lifts if they felt good. And as we inhale, bring yourself back to the front of your yoga mat, frame both hands, turn your right toes down, lift up your right heel as you hug your left knee in, and then inhale, three-legged dog, or weight into the right hand, right foot as you bring your left toes lightly behind you, open up through wild thing. Inhale, three-legged dog, and exhale back to downward dog. Just take a breath. As we inhale, we're going to make our way down onto a Garland pose. So look forwards, step or jump your feet to the outsides of your hands, the outsides of your yoga mat, toes just off the mat, heels on the mat as you sink your weight low. Now this again is less about trying to get the deep maximum range of motion through the hips. If you want to sit on a block, that's going to be really beneficial to you, so you can help to find that grounding sensation. You could also roll up your mat or keep your heels lifted with the hands to the floor. Eventually bringing those thumbs slightly closer towards your sternum, lifting the chin, lifting the chest a little bit higher. Now if there's any tailbone pain,
or even low back pain, you may just want to bring your hands behind you so you can sit down. Otherwise, from here you can gently rock your sit bones down to the floor and make your way back into a happy baby. Bringing the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Take a hold of the outsides of the feet, thighs. Peace fingers towards your big toes. You can find stillness, or you could rock gently. And when you're ready, hug your knees into your chest. And then release your legs out long. Bring your arms alongside your body into Shavasana. Soften your shoulders, soften all of the soft tissues of your face. Let go of any control you had over your breathing. Taurus energy we feel in this season is a beautiful, abundant feeling. We enjoy and we embrace the pleasures that life has to offer to our senses. However, we must make sure that as we indulge, as we find the beauty in these moments, we release the expectations of the experience. We allow ourselves to feel organically in each moment the beauty that passes us. Because the moment we start to grab, or the moment we start to demand certain feelings, certain sensations from our life, we lose the magic, we lose that experience of feeling fully the present moment. And so as you embody the Taurus energy, keep present. Be stable and still as you allow yourself to experience fully the beauty and the abundance of each given moment. Instead of labeling expectations, judgments, and not wants and desires into your life, start feeling the joy in the moments that already are. As you transition through Taurus season, as you transition through this lunar cycle, I wish you all of the best of luck, love, and abundance. Thank you all so much for joining me. Namaste.